Uh, is it back? That's funny. Repeat that. Did I come back? Okay. So for those who want to know what happened, I fat fingered my start recording button, which on OBS also will start streaming because of Sammy. Because I went to go press F5 and I pressed F6. My bad. Anyway. Let me go cancel that button quickly. Sammy, active buttons, no more, thank you. God damn it, that was my mistake. What you have a problem with is your ceiling for the, how do I word this the way I want to? Okay, I know how I want to word this. Your view ceiling is very low compared to something else because yours is so limited to what you can and can't do. Like, for instance, in a way I've plateaued. Yes, no? If the content were to continue in the exact same pattern that it's already in, you have plateaued. You can only go so much higher without breaking the mold, which it's not even like you can do much about it either way because that's what you're known for. That doesn't mean that you can't do it. By no means am I saying you couldn't do it. But what I will tell you can do is by changing up something as simple as, you know, the best team for Kanto, for instance. By adding another challenge into it, like nuzlocking it, and then you have to count in which fights are going to be your hardest, which ones are actually going to be the worst for a team loss. For instance, when you do a best team Johto, one of the first things you have to account for is Winry. Winry's Miltank isn't something easily thrown around, and if it gets off enough rollouts or it gets around you quick enough, your entire team could get wiped. To be honest, it's not something that's an easy workaround. But by taking the best team format and tweaking it slightly, you increase that view threshold. Same thing by going bigger with these things. Like, for instance, running the entire team through every game it's possible. So if you made a best team overall, which I know you've done at least once, you could run it theoretically all the way up to Alola. Use PK Hex and prove your point that this is the best team blank. Found the problem playing on North American servers now. The people here are just brain dead. Yeah. No, they suck. It's why I don't play CSGO anymore. So, remember, 3 stars on a speed zone that I don't think I would ever get 3 stars on. Hey, good for you, Neo. So, to give an example specifically for you, you can make a best of, like an overall best of. Horizon 4. I figured it was Horizon. So, a very good example would be, I know you've done best of overall. But you've also done Best of Revisited, where you change things knowing what you know now, what moves have come out, and everything else. You could prove to them how you do it. How do you figure that out? Well, I assumed it was Horizon. I just didn't know if it was 4 or 5. Because, I mean, Speed Zones, 3 stars. The only other thing it could have been was Need for Speed, and I'm the only one who really plays Need for Speed anymore. And I will happily admit that I quite enjoy the Need for Speed franchise. But hey, that's me. One of my favorites is literally called Need for Speed Rivals. I fucking love that game. Police or Criminal? Love it. That shit's great to me. But there's a good example. The other side of that is, Pokemon as a whole has a very, very, very low ceiling for what it can achieve. Not because it can't do anything, but because of the way the company is now being run. Ignoring everything else. Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree with you, Neo. I still play it because I've been playing it for so long. I love Need for Speed. But I would play Forza any day of the week. I am making this out of stone. I got plenty of iron. So one of the examples I would give about Pokemon in general, not you specifically, Mystic, but Pokemon as a whole, is that Pokemon's biggest issue is its own creators. Game Freak is killing that game without even trying. By doing what they are, which is fine, by basically locking out Pokemon out of the game, they're stopping creators from doing what they want, as well as, nicely putting it, they're screwing themselves out of more money by putting everything in. But by doing so, you, as a creator, have the option to go and say, what Pokemon would you like to see and which ones are most likely in the game? As a creator, you can say these things, not because they'll listen, but because you have more of an insight into these games, because you've played them forever. You have to deep dive every little thing, putting you into the ability to basically go make a video on which Pokemon should be returning that aren't confirmed, and why they should be. So, a good example would be in the new Scarlet and Violet DLC, Mankey and Primeape have come back. Why should they have come back? Why haven't... If I'm not wrong, I don't think Machamp's in it. There's a good example. Why is Primeape being put in, but the definitive fighting type Machamp isn't? It's not from what I know. So there you go. You can make a video speculating why Pokemon weren't added and why some were. Mankey and Ape were also in base game. Yes, they were. Yes, they were because of Annihilape. You're right. I forgot entirely. Thank you. As soon as you said it, I realized my... See, I'm not that smart, but I'm also not a Pokemon... I'm not a Pokemon YouTuber, so I'm not supposed to be. There it is. Proving my fucking point. But, again, the idea is still the same. The point is, Pokemon has a very low ceiling, a very low view ceiling, which basically means that the potential for views are lower than in other games. For instance, if you and I were to talk the difference between, say, Minecraft and Pokemon, they're both developed for kids. They're both very clearly for kids. There's no arguing that Minecraft isn't made for kids nowadays. But there is something to be said about it. How you use a game and how a game is portrayed are two very different things. I am currently playing on a server with one other person. That other person isn't logged on once. That doesn't, however, mean that I can't play on the server. It doesn't mean that I'm doing things that are inherently difficult to anybody who's played the game as long as I have. All I'm building was an XP farm, and now I'm farming chickens. That's all I'm really doing. I'm not building. I'm not doing anything specific. I'm technically at this point, I'm talking content. I'm talking shop, if you would, which not everybody's interested in. But when it comes down to Minecraft, my view ceiling is higher because there's so much more I can do. For instance, I could go into creative right now, build hundreds of things. I can change it. You want to talk like the hardcore aspect of Pokemon with Nuzlocke? The hardcore Minecraft scene is just as... he did despawn, damn it. Are just as competitive. And when you look at something like this, which I can't actually do, this is over 500 days. To explain. Right? 500 days of playing the game. Minecraft days, mind you. So, if I'm not wrong, I'll do the math on it, because I do know how long that should be. So I have put over 180 hours into that game. So that world is important because I put over 180 real-life hours into that game. That isn't me saying that I know the game so well that I can live that long. But as you'll notice, I'm playing this and I've barely, besides jumping and stuff because I have God Armor in my hardcore, I'm not really taking a lot of damage. Other than when I, am jumping and forgetting I don't have my very, very nice boots. So once again, the view ceiling for mine can change drastically on the way that I play it. I'm not even getting into things like the fan-made stuff. That is just game to game. The Nuzlocke aspect only works when you're either really good at the game, really bad at the game, or you know a lot about the game. Now in your case, if you did a Nuzlocke Best Teams edition, where it would be, what are the statistics of you getting what Pokemon on what route? So let's use Kanto as an example. Take notes, this is literally a free video idea for you specifically, for the best team. You could do a subset of them called Best Team Nuzlocke Edition, which is by guaranteeing what Pokemon you should get. Remember, you do the statistics here. So if you look at how much in... Oh, you've done that one? Well, good for you. You've already beat me to it. It's been a while since I've watched a lot of your content. I've only gone back and seen things from, what, 2 years ago? 2 years ago is when I think I started rewatching everything. Anyway, what I was going to say is you can go and get the statistics of when things would come out, like Pidgey and Rattata. What are their chances of showing up, and if so, which one is more likely? If. That's fine, you don't need to be a loyal viewer. Hey. I watch a lot of the stuff that you make, but I usually do it when I'm doing something else. Like, it's a lot of background noise, which is very helpful. Also, I don't feel like I'm being flooded with facts when I watch yours, unlike certain people in the Pokemon community. Which is nice. But... anyway, where I was going with this, you could do that, show what's more likely, show what's most likely going to happen, and then down to the skill of the player. So for instance, one of the things that I know you haven't done in a while was, you and I did a race to see who could get a shiny at some point. Have you thought about doing a Nuzlocke race against somebody? Because I remember when you did Crystal Clear, you talked about possibly getting a friend to join you for Crystal Clear. Yes, I remember watching you play Crystal Clear. That was a very fun thing. It's been a long time. Yeah. Also a odd thing to ask. Did you ever do a best team for those fan-made games? Because I could have sworn you did, but I don't remember. Or is that what I remember? A few of them? Yeah, okay. I do remember certain things. I'm still remembering. Anyway, where I was going is, what Pokemon does really well is it keeps the attention of those who are interested, usually on the younger side. But that doesn't mean that you don't get older viewers that are still interested in reliving that nostalgia. Storm Silver, I think, Radical Red, and Emerald Kaizo. Yes, I remember the Emerald Kaizo. That's the one I was thinking of. See, I got my Hoot Hoot. I don't need anything. I've gotten everything I need. My fucking Hoot Hoot. In June, I believe? Okay. There we go. So I got a Hoot Hoot outbreak and I was so excited. So I hunted it, got it, and then my game didn't save and it refreshed over everything. So I didn't get my Hoot Hoot and I was like, alright, well, I'm not going to pop another sandwich, but it's 11:20 and shit was going to re-roll. Shiny Hoot Hoot showed up. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. That's it. That's all I needed. No reason to let him suffer. I love Hoot Hoot. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Not just is it one of my favorite Pokemon, Noctowl is one of my favorite shinies, period. So I was very happy to get my Noctowl. I would love to get a second one, but I'll do that later. Yes. He's not the reason that I like the shiny one. He's just the reason that I knew about it for a while, but... I had a Hoot Hoot on my X and Y team for super long. Excuse me. How dare it rain on me? What did Sam just send me? Sam just sent me something from Transformers Official. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Is that... Are they claiming that's Sentinel? Better not. Hello there, Iron Golem. Hello, Jackie Lynn. How are you? I think I said that wrong. I think it's Jack Lynn. I'm supposed to say that. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. How are you? I'm doing okay. I assume... I just realized that's coming from Duplo. Ah, yes. Awesome Duplo is actually... Awesome Duplo has finally attracted a person over to them. Good. Good for them. Eventually I'll make a thing that just Duplo is, you know, second channel to something else, but yeah. Hello, Jacqueline. How are you? I should quickly say my name is Awesome Lego 123. I am currently streaming on both accounts, so I didn't catch that at first. I apologize. Block traffic to stream API points and regions I select to block. Just did a little malfunction. Fun. Interesting. Very interesting point. Every known region that Steam operates in, which is like half the open internet relays. Yeah. Good to know. You got it covered. This is jungle, right? Yeah, no river. You should work. But I'm doing good, Jacqueline. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Fixed it? Cool. I just realized, because I don't have any stats up for the other one, I actually have to go to the other one now. Oops. There we go, I have both up now. I didn't realize anybody would actually show up to my other account. I kind of said screw it and just started streaming on everything that I can. That includes YouTube and Kick and just saying fuck it. But you know. To London servers now, apparently. So no Ruskies there. Understood. But I hope you're doing well, Jacqueline. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Going back to what I was saying to you, Mystic. The problem with Pokemon's main issue is that its ceiling for like what views are is way too low to make a... I'm gonna put massive air quotes around this, a proper living on, because you've already shown me that's not entirely true. But you've been doing it much longer, so your name is what people are coming for, not always the content. And that being said, that doesn't mean that the content itself isn't good, isn't worth it, you know, thing like that. But they're coming more for your name than they are for... they're coming for the name more than they're coming for just the content. So for instance, with myself, right? I'm a mod maker before anything else, but my name was never put on it, but my work shows. If somebody hired me to make something, like for those of you who don't know, I'm making another mod at some point soon. That goes right back to my roots of making a Vanilla Plus mod. Something you don't need, but something that gives you reason to keep playing the game after a certain point, or something that just makes life a little bit easier for you. I don't believe it was set right. But I'm waiting on a few things. Specifically, I'm waiting on models. Once I'm done getting the art and models for it, it will be made. But once that's done, it'll go up, and I'm going to put it under my actual name. Is it going to grow? Who knows, but it's simple. And that's what matters about it. It's an extremely, extremely simple mod. That being said, simple doesn't mean easy either. For instance, I'm adding something that'll basically add in more armor, more tools, more everything. The only main difference is I'm adding in something that can help you fly, but the armor's not great. That's a good enough reason. But that's what people would know me for. Like, if any of my friends said, hey, I need help programming something, there's a 50-50 shot I say sure, or I try to lend them what knowledge I can to help them. That doesn't, however, mean, ow, that I'm going to help somebody. The same way I wouldn't tell somebody, you know, bank on my help if you're absolutely screwed. But my work speaks for itself. Anybody who is, I guess the easiest way of putting it, Raisin has had more than one discussion with me over problems that we've had that are actual logistic, like, program issues. Sometimes it's as simple as just talking and you realize that you're an idiot and you know what the problem is and you know how to fix it, but it takes time. Me and Raisin have done that enough times. That we're like, yeah, we have to fix this problem. We sit there and talk, we're like, wow, we're fucking dumb. We know the problem now. But for something like Minecraft, right? Which, again, I'm not saying... Yeah, it needs a moment to go, wait a second, yeah. So when it comes down to, like, the view potential of certain games, there are 3 games that always come to mind that no matter what you do, no matter what you want to do, their potential is higher than most others. And they kind of go like this. You have Minecraft being one of the higher ones solely because of how many different things are capable of being done. Again, don't think that I'm saying it specifically because it's, air quote, easier, because it's the game I like. The reason I'm stating it is because factually there's more to do in that game than there is in almost any other game. That's just a sandbox game for you. The other ones that come to mind, and I can even use Twitch's browse function to see it. I can literally do this right now. Viewers high to low. Just chatting because it's just chatting. You could do anything in there, but that's not a game. GTA 5 will always be at the top for the fact that you can play that game every single time differently. You could play a roleplay server, you could play bounty hunters, you could play debt collectors, you could do 100 different things in that game without even trying. Any, and I mean this nicely, any kind of game that has, how do I explain this? Any kind of game that requires a strategy, like Fortnite, like League, like Smite, like Valorant, like Apex. About calls when we were getting in another. When are we getting another one? When I can think. There you go. When I have time. When I have time. Right now I don't have a lot. And one of them's already being put towards Mystic because me and him got to talk about content. But the important part is, I see you post 2050. Correct. Any game that requires a strategy can be played so many different ways. You can go into a Valorant game and play that game identically every time, or you could go in and change how you play it every single time. But what that also means... Valorant, yeah, I agree. What that also means for the situation of other games is... Guess what? That means that Fortnite will always be relevant because there's so many different custom versions. Overwatch will be for the same reason, no matter how bad that game is. I'm upset with Overwatch. That's me. But one of the things I always say is GTA 5, until 6 comes out and they blow it out of the water, but you know, 6. White pink gaming device? Ooh, send me pictures. I think you already did. You did not. Anyway. So you have that. Perfectly fine. GTA will be there because of how you can play that game 100 different ways. Minecraft will always be up there because ignoring the modded community, there's so much you could do here. And the problem is Pokemon doesn't have that because the company keeps killing it. If the company was willing to do it... No, that's fine. If it's already packed, just go for it. If it's already packed, I'll just wait until it gets here. We have to talk shipping at some point. Anyway. As far as Pokemon goes, until Game Freak and the Pokemon Company actually give us what we've been asking for, which is either a definitive, and I mean this genuinely, a definitive Pokemon game with every single region as DLC. There, I'm giving you a reason to cost us money. I am giving you a way to charge us more. I am literally giving you what you want. I made that joke at some point, and somebody's like, why do you want them to get more money out of us if we're mad at them? No, I just want to give them a reason. If they're going to make the game, I want them to have a fucking reason to make the game. Why do you think I asked for a call soonish? That's never happening. Listen, I'll try. I'll try and find time. But with Pokemon, until Nintendo decides to fucking do their job... Yes, or even if it's not better quality, here's what you do. You want to lock us out of using all of our Pokemon? Great. Make Gen 10, because that's where we're at now, make the next set of games one where you can't, where it's all new, like Gen 5 was when it first came out. All new Pokemon. All new 150-something Pokemon. I don't care. 151 if you want, to make it even more fair. Make it so that at the end of the game, when you become champion, Professor Oak comes to you and offers you a boat ticket on the SS Anne. When you get there, you are brought to his lab, and he offers you a choice of 3 new Pokemon. You start the game over again after. Kanto is the only free one. From that point forward, you can buy them in any order, and Professor Oak will call you and tell you that a professor is holding an exchange student program. Everyone goes from there. I always said that if they wanted to do it with Scarlet and Violet, because of where it is, a train should come in, and there's Hop and... Not Hop. No, Hop, I'm right. Hop and whatever the fuck the other girl was. The girl with the Yamper. And have them go and be, professors in the field, and they invite you to Galar. They do this right at 10, it fixes all the issues, and then even if we don't get a game that's, gives us everything, it doesn't matter. This is our definitive Pokemon game. Here's what you do. You sell a new DLC for a new game, for a new region, and you sell it at full price if you want. You mean the waifu Sonia? Yeah, that's her name. I couldn't think of her name. Okay? Listen, I'm done. If they make a game where you get to play the new game and buy each region's DLC and have it all interconnect, take my fucking money. That's the point. I even said, here, ready? Let's say that game costs 60 up front. Every DLC costs at least 35. You know what? Fuck it, 30, because they're all full fucking games, right? There are 9 of them. Let's even say that we sold them at 40. Yeah, it's an expensive fucking thing, right? 40 times 9. That's over. They'd literally get $400 out of the one fucking game. Not including any DLC that isn't already available. And like I said, lock us out of using our old Pokemon when we go into that region until you beat it. Then every Pokemon that you own becomes available in that region. You go into Hoenn, you can't use anything that's not in the Hoenn Dex. You can't use anything that's not in Hoenn, you can't use anything in the Hoenn Dex. So things like Pidgey wouldn't be let through, but there are Pokemon that would. Or until the Elite Four. No, I think you have to beat the Elite Four. I think you have to become champion. I think you should become champion and then change it. Or like a tournament-based thing like they do in the anime. Yes, that's exactly what I think they should do. And I think that once you unlock it and you compete, gym leaders and others from the last set of regions can come in. I can print money for that company. Mimic like how Ash does it. Yes. Beat the game, progress to new goodies, and you have to restart. X using all his mons for Sinnoh League. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not arguing that he should or shouldn't, that we shouldn't be able to bring our Pokemon in. I understand that people want all our Pokemon in. I do. Here's what I'd also like. I would also very much like a game where we get locked out of our Pokemon until we earn them. Once we earn them, they're all back. You can use whatever one you want, whenever you want them. Also difficulty. I wouldn't mind if they kept difficulty where it is, solely because they still want to have shit for younger audience. I don't mind either way. That's how I'm looking at it. What they should honestly do is do one where it stops you from healing. Like, you can't heal in battles. Like, a hard should be the Nuzlocke style, but they don't like how Nuzlocks are done, so they're never going to do that. Which is completely fine. I'm not even going to argue if they want to or not. Like I said, even if they don't include a difficulty system, if they made it so that we have a definitive game, that from now on, every single new one will be released under it. You literally just call it just Pokemon. That's it. No funny gimmick. Or, here's another one for you. Ready? You want to make more money? Why did Pokerus do again? It, I think they meant that they got more XP or something. They had... I don't remember exactly what Pokerus does, but I'm not fucking smart. Mystic's smarter than me. You have fun, my guy. Double ZVs, there you go. Thank you, he's smarter than me. Okay. Here's another thing that I said before. That is a little busted. Yeah, but it's a rare sickness in this case. I will give you something that I've said before that I would kill for, and I think I heard somebody else talk about it, because I think it was something that I found on Reddit a while back. If they want to make the most money, what they should do... Hear me out before y'all turn down on this. Release 3 almost identical games, except one thing, until they're here. Also, why in the hell is the water so clear? Because I have a texture pack on that makes it clear. Anyway. They should release 3 almost identical games and call them 3 different things. They are the same thing like Sword and Shield were. They are just like Scarlet and Violet. They have their own minute differences. Here's the difference for you. I'm not running Max Gamma. This has a Fulbright on it. I'm not running Fulbright, unless you count the texture pack. Like, I don't have my Gamma turned up. But my texture pack has a Fulbright. Anyway. Here's what they should do. Release one, like, for instance, you could release a Water Stone, a Fire Stone, and a Leaf Stone version. I'm not going to give you names for them. I don't care. You start... There is a Water, a Fire, and a Grass gym. You start in the town with the Water, Fire, or Grass gym, depending on which version of the game you bought. And... once you know which version you bought and you're locked into it, your game changes the way you go. Like, for instance, and this is why we'll never get it. This is too much work for Game Freak because they can't even fucking add all the Pokemon. Why do I think they're going to make a differential version of the game? But, like, if the Water Gym would normally be the 3rd gym and the Fire Gym would be the 4th, the Fire Gym is now the 1st and the Water is now the 1st for those corresponding ones. If the Grass Gym would be 1st, it's now going to be the last one you go to, or it'll be the first one, whatever it is. Whatever your main starting one is, will be the first gym you have to fight. Make it so that you're all in the same region, too. And the game changes how it plays. That can be your definitive one, because it then gives a reason for there to be, you know, trains and everything. Yeah, and also actual difficulty, which is what they wanted to try and do in Gen 5. In case anyone remembers, that's what they wanted to do in Gen 5 with the first fucking gym, being the monkeys. What I want more is Gen 10 to be a definitive Pokemon game where we just keep getting DLC written for it, and if people want to buy a standalone version of certain games, you release them. Guess what? Release them on the fucking marketplace for $60 standalone versions of the game. They want to play Hoenn again with the newer stuff? There's a Hoenn version for $60, or you could buy the DLC and the full game for $40. Not that complicated. Yes, that would be money printing. But we already know that ain't gonna happen because these companies are too afraid. Here's the problem. If they listen to people who, you know, play the games, people would buy the games more. I'll tell you right now, I have one massive complaint about the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. I finished it in an hour. I literally finished the entire story, minus catching the fucking, the Loyal 3 is what I think they were called. I beat the entire game in an hour, not including catching them. If I include catching them, hour and a half, 2 hours max. So yeah, that was disappointing. Not because the story's bad either, it's just not great. But it was fun enough, so worth it, right? Here, ready? What it adds back to the game, the area to explore, it is fun. It's very fun. I would say it's worth buying because it's $35 for both DLCs. My problem is if both DLCs are going to be like this, which it isn't, it seems exactly like this one was going to be the slow one, and then we're going to get the nicer one back soon. You know, the other one's going to be the air quotes nicer for story. No, see, I'd believe that. I'd believe that. Problem is, when your remakes come out more functional than the whole game, and they're given probably less time to work on it, in all honesty, I'll make that argument. ILCA does a good job. You know who should be given back the chance to fucking try their ass at it? Let Sorority do it. Sorority has never let them down. Never. You want to talk about a literal fucking company that has never let Pokemon down? I just hope the game's better. The game's better as time gets on. Well, that's the problem. I'm now realizing that I judge Let's Go super harshly, because I enjoyed Let's Go when I was playing it. Once I finished Let's Go, I just kind of didn't care. Like I said, at this point, I don't even want to... Could also just play Poke MMO. Well, that's the thing. I like the idea of Poke MMO. It's what Pokemon Scarlet and Violet should have been. I enjoyed Let's Go. But you know what I didn't like about Let's Go? I felt like the only reason I enjoyed it was because it was nostalgia. That's it. You know what I really didn't care much for? The Diamond and Pearl remake. But I liked what they did to the part I enjoyed. The mining and everything else. That shit, I love it. They made it more fun. They gave you a reason to go into the mines. But there is a downside to this. The game itself wasn't really good. ILCA is good because they got games that are already pretty good on their own. But that isn't me saying that ILCA isn't the best for their job. Still haven't played BDSP? It's not bad. it's not great either. That's how I've explained it to people. What I would love to see is Team Sorority take over, because the games that they've made, they were one of the leads on Stadium. I'm sorry, Stadium's still a good game. Yeah, it was not great at the time. Now it's not great compared to everything else we have. They're the ones who made Pokken, alongside Namco, I think. I think they technically worked with Namco on it. Hold on. Let me look it up just to be safe. But I know Namco could do a better job than them right now. The Genius Sorority made Colosseum, Gale of Darkness, Trozy, Battle Revolution, Shuffle, and Cafe Mix. They have Cafe Mix! They're already fucking working with them again! I still haven't completed Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Give Sorority the chance to make a fucking Pokemon game, and I promise you it'll be good, because they already crushed it with the games they've made. Of course you like them. Regardless, I like Gale of Darkness because its story doesn't feel forced. Unlike every other evil team in the goddamn world. Every other evil team feels like you're forced to either like them or hate them. Team Rocket is just shoved down your throat. And unless you like the show, you don't care about Team Rocket. Team Plasma? Don't even fucking get me started. They're just there. They are just there at every way just to be a nuisance. They're not there because they need to be there. They're not like Galactic, where you're infiltrating them because you are being told you have to, and you could go a while without doing it. Like, here, Team Rocket shoved down your throat at any opportunity, but that doesn't mean that they're inherently bad. You need to be there to help Silphco. That's sure. Nothing wrong with that. You need to be there to help them with... Oh, I'm dead. That's okay. I was hoping I could throw him into the pit, but you know. Plasma felt like a book club. That's fine. That's the whole point. Plasma didn't feel forced, but Plasma also didn't feel like they were needed there. You have, you know, you've got Team Magma and Team Aqua, which once again don't feel forced because there's two of them fighting. I know it felt like a cult. But I'm saying they didn't feel like they needed to be there. They were there, and when they were, it was a pleasant surprise. But Magma and Aqua didn't feel too bad because regardless, they were always fighting each other. They didn't care about some kid running in making a muck of their operation. Anyway, I digress. Minus a handful of them, it's not really worth it. Team Skull shoved down your throat, but they want you to like them. Team Yell. Oh my god, the most forced one possible, Team Yell. What about Flare? Skull wasn't bad. Here's the problem. Skull wasn't bad. Skull was there to play a purpose. It played its purpose. But it felt forced down your throat that you needed to know its purpose, and that it was okay that they're like this. They basically made an evil team and then gave you an excuse for it. Team Flare is the very few examples where I said it is organically included because Flare is meant to do what they do. Fuck Team Yell. Fuck most of them. Here, ready? I love Team Rocket, but it's forced down your throat in the first game. The second game, they make it just a roadblock. That's it. Here's what I'll say about Flare. Flare didn't feel forced. The places you needed to go, you didn't need to go to the Pokemon, to the Pokeball factory. That was not something you needed to do. You know what else you didn't need to do? You didn't need to go looking for where they are. You needed to for the example of the story, but they weren't in some area where you couldn't find them kind of thing. Here's the problem. What I like about Team Rocket, is Giovanni as a leader, is, yeah, like you said, a mob boss. But you know who isn't a mob boss, and it shows? Fucking Lysander. Lysander is a businessman, and Team Flare is his way of doing business. Nothing wrong with that. Enjoy your time away, Raisin. Team Plasma is full of nothing but morons who don't know what the hell they want to do. They just know they want to help Pokemon. What about Team Star? Team Star, I'm going to say this now. I like the people of Team Star because it's just Team Skull. They're not really an evil team per se. No, they're not. They're not an evil team at all. I like the concept of them, though. Then you also like Skull. That's the problem. Team Skull was basically just a bunch of people... were just a bunch of people who were mistreated and, you know, not loved and everything else. That's the whole point. That's what Team Star is. What Team Star is, hey, we're the ones who are being bullied, so now we're going to bully you. Team Skull, we're the ones who are misunderstood, so now everyone else is misunderstood. The other Foundation was a real evil team. Yes. Yes, they were. That's another one I'll give you. Aether is on par with Team Flare. They weren't in your face everything until they were, and when they were your problem. That I'll agree with. No, it wasn't. Nobody wants to talk about how Sun and Moon actually aren't bad games. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are on par. Minus their story being just, it's still there. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was hard, too, and people don't talk about that. Like, somehow no one wants to talk about Kermit places them in S tier. Good. That's the correct answer. Here, ready? I personally dislike Gen 5. My personal opinions on Gen 5 are I don't like them. I think a lot of their Pokemon just feel horrible, and a lot of people go, well, yeah, but then look at Gen 1. Yeah, but Gen 1's where it all started. If they were lazy in Gen 1, I'd give them a pass solely because it was Gen fucking 1. Gen 2, okay, they're still learning how to do their shit without screwing over what they've already built. Gen fucking 5 just came off of Sinnoh, which was, in the nicest way, a success. On the rudest way, at the time, one of their best games ever made. Gen 5 needed to match that, and in my opinion, Gen 5 blew it with most of their designs. Most of the ideas they had for Gen 5, if they were done better, would have been great. Anyway. Gen 5 is incredible. I'm hurt. Good. Platinum was. Yes. And that's the argument whenever people argue with me that Gen 5... When I say I don't like Gen 5 and I think Gen 5 wasn't a good game. Minus its story, which I will always give. Gen 5 has the best story out of any Pokemon game. But then they all say, well, Black and White 2 are great. Yes. But I count that separately the same way we all count Platinum separately. If Platinum is going to be considered Gen 4 and only Gen 4... great. I'm in. But let's look at Gen 4 as a whole. Soul Silver and Heart Gold are spectacular recreations of Crystal. That's what they are. And there is nothing wrong with that. But they are spectacular recreations of Crystal, not Silver and Gold. They are Crystal, with Silver and Gold storyline. Oh, thanks, game, because of the leaf. I forgot leaves do that now. Because they had to make water more of a decorative block. I forgot they did that. That's my mistake. I, did that and I'm like, wait, there's no way I missed that jump. I haven't missed a jump like that, and that clearly in a long while. Anyway. The whole point is we all consider Platinum its own thing. Because Platinum has to be. You can't take Platinum and compare it to the rest of Gen 4, because Platinum's the better version. It's like saying you can't compare Emerald to Ruby and Sapphire. They're just not fair. Same thing, I'd argue. Can't argue Black and White 2 are the same as Black and White. That's another thing. I don't think Black and White 2 needed to happen either. Especially not in the way that it did. Why'd we get 2 games to recreate Black and White? We never had that before, and Diamond and Pearl were different enough. Black and White were different enough. Why'd we need another one? Ruby and Sapphire were very different enough. I don't know. I don't know. I know I dislike Gen 5, so a lot of my takes are bad. And I'll be the first to admit that a lot of my takes on Gen 5 just aren't good. But my frustrations with Gen 5 literally just keep going. Like, you know what sucks about Gen 5? That it didn't... Alright, well, I just heard my mother bolt over, so I assume something happened. I don't know. Anyway, where I'm going with this. People argue that X and Y are worse than Gen 5, and I always say the same thing. In story, yes. In difficulty, yes. In Pokemon designs, they're on par with each other. And people will give me shit for that, because they're like, sentient set of keys. Okay, sentient ice cream cone. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Okay. Ignoring Vanillix. Yeah, let's ignore that one. You can't use Klefki anymore. I hate Klefki, but it's only fair that you ignore Klefki if you're gonna ignore... You know what I mean? You know, they have other ones, and I go, okay, Sentient Snowflake. I love Cryogonal. What the fuck were they thinking when they designed that freak? Okay. That one usually gets a fair point. They tell me to keep going. I go, okay, laziest Pokemon, not in design, but everything else. Clink, Clang, Clink, Clang. That's up there with Diglett and Dugtrio. No, I'm sorry, Dugtrio is still different enough. Magnemite and Magneton, there's your answer. Magnezone, there's your answer. There's your lazy one. Because it's literally just a slight change of their name. And at that point, it's just putting the 2 names together. Which I always point out is just super lazy. I hate it when they do that. I can rant on about how much I dislike Gen 5 all I want. I'm not kidding. Please somehow help me change the subject here. Because I do genuinely hate that game. Like, it's not one I enjoy. The only problem I have with the idea of them doing a definitive Pokemon game, like the way that I want them to, you can't have a season pass, but they could do a ticket pass. Anything with, like, a train. So, like, Unova, Kalos, and... there's another one that have trains as a main focus. Use them. Any game that has DLC, like for instance, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, make theirs $60 games instead of 40. Make it 70. Go shit on Crystal. I like Crystal. I already said this. I actually like Crystal. Silver and Gold needed an update. Crystal is that update. I don't think that's a problem. And I know that's a take that some people don't like either. Listen, I love Gen 2, but I can be the first to admit that Gen 2 sucks. Gen 2 needs help. I love Gen 2. It needs a fucking facelift again. Soul Silver and Heart Gold did such a good job. Here's the problem. All of our remakes have been better versions of the game. Except one. Except one. Fucking Diamond and Pearl remakes sucked wind compared to Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I think it did a good enough job of redoing Crystal, is what I would say. Yes, there is plenty of things they should have fixed. But I was arguing on the sense of Crystal alone. I received the last part of the other GBA shell. I'll start putting it together now if you want to. But Diamond and Pearl got the worst treatment out of any of them. They got a 1-to-1 remake where they changed important things. Just enough. Like, here. My favorite example is Shaman. The Shaman glitch is still in it, it's just a different glitch now. Like, that's the point where I'm like, no. If you're gonna leave a glitch in, leave the glitch. Don't fucking change it. Also, can we talk about the fact that because of Unity's new changes, anybody who, people who made, like Ilka, who made the Diamond and Pearl remake because it was made in Unity, are screwed? Just thought that was funny for anybody. Just remember more Jodomon's available in its own region. Level curve, yeah. It sucks to say, but you know what you know what Johto really needed? The Orange Islands included before Kanto. You needed to be able to go to them before you could go anywhere else. Jesus Christ. Heck, a lot of game companies are pissed at Unity for what they're doing. Yeah, but that's different. I don't care about that. I already knew Unity was screwing themselves and screwing everyone else. But I just like it. I find it funny that Nintendo is even screwed by it because of the Pokemon game. Because it's made in Unity. People are mad because they should be. Unity doing what they're doing is not the problem, except that they are explicitly saying that illegal downloads still count. A download illegally can still count for them. That's where I have an issue. Ignoring everything else. I think that if you're making money in the game, you should have to pay the people that you made the game with. Or you have to buy their software. If Unity had a bought version, right? What's going on with Unity and Pokemon? Alright, long story short, Unity just recently changed their guidelines, basically saying that coming January 2024, I don't remember the exact date, anybody who makes a game with Unity, once they hit a certain number of downloads, will have to pay 20 cents a download to Unity for using their platform, basically, to make it. Which, again, up front, I don't entirely have an issue with if the game is paid for. But if you're talking something like Friday Night Funkin', which is a free game, no. No, you don't get money for those. Those are free-to-play games for a fucking reason. That's where the issue is. So what people don't realize is Ilka made... Not kidding. Ilka literally made the Diamond and Pearl remakes in Unity. So what that tells us is every single one of them that was downloaded, bought, anything is subject to 20 cents per. Now, for a company like Nintendo, that's not the biggest, you know, that's not the end of the world. But remember, they already had to pay Ilka. Now they're going to have to pay more if anybody buys that game after this point. And then they count in all sales of the game included in the download. Anyone who's downloaded it. Ready? This is the part that annoys people. If I uninstall my game and reinstall it, they have to pay again. If I illegally download it, they have to pay for that. Because the game was made in Unity. That's the shit that Unity is doing. And that's not, like, word for word, but that's basically what the fuck is happening. I want that to be, like, I want that to be sank into your skull for a minute so you can understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say it to be, like, super rude, but I want you to understand the bullshit that is basically being asked of game developers by the game developing company. Not just are they doing that. And if I sound a little annoyed at this, let me quickly preface this by saying I've used Unity in the past. I actually quite enjoyed Unity and thought about remaking a game in it recently. And I remind myself that I have Game Maker Studio 2, which I pay for. I paid for that. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be playing that for the foreseeable future. And I'll be using that to make anything. Because I'm not paying Unity. Not just that, what Unity just did was kill themselves, shoot themselves in the foot, and then they said, no, it's not really that bad, it's more like this, and then made it worse. One word, greed. Well, this is the other part. I would argue, yeah, it's greed. But as much as I want to argue, it's just flat greed, it isn't. Because if it was just flat greed, not just would this have been solved already, not just would this have been, you know, we'd known about it. The CEO fucking sold all his stock. He sold a large portion of the stock to Unity before this decision, like months ago. Which almost makes us know that it's, you know, who the fuck's doing it doesn't matter. But Unity has been, in their own way, being taken advantage of. I'll admit it. That's what's going on. They've been getting taken advantage of. By the sake that these creators can create anything they want, even if it's free, and they get this beautiful work of art. And the best part about it is it gets Unity's name out there. Now Unity's big enough. They don't need it. They don't need free exposure anymore. That's what I think the problem is. It's the same issue that Twitch had, because at a time, Twitch was giving out partner contracts, people like me. I had one at a time. Make a small Docker container that installs a bunch of Unity games, launch them and uninstall them in a loop, run a few hundred of these, and you can do a targeted attack. In a way, yeah. Remember, Unity also has stated that they are looking into this to see if they can do something about this. If they can do something about the, you know, the downloading situation. Like, you can't re-download the thing 100 times in a day and it be charged for it. That I know they're going to try and deal with, because that's just blatant fraud. But see, this is the problem, though. The exploiter in you, but then you're the dick who ruined it for everyone. You're the reason why Unity's doing this. Like, there's no other way of putting it, but if that's how you look at it, that's really useful to break and, you know, deal with a company. But you know what really sucks about it? What that's killing is, like in my case, right? As a content creator, I almost don't want to go and tell people, go download this game. And remove the code in the game that identifies the game, aka pirating it. Ah, remember what I said? Pirating downloads don't fucking stop them from being charged. This is where Unity was getting the most fucking shit. Because Unity basically said, they basically said any download of the game, any download of their game is launched on something with pirated data, it's still charging the fucking people. Also, counting those makes this so exploitable. That's the fucking point. This is why big game companies are not just swearing off working with Unity, which is killing them as a company, by the way. But it's also doing something that people were very expecting it to do. Ready? Sorry if I sound very heated about this. I've worked in game development before. Like, I almost went to college for it. If you think I'm a little annoyed about Unity doing this, you're absolutely fucking right. I still have Unity installed, and on the day that shit drops, I'm uninstalling the game. Or I'm uninstalling Unity. And I will move on to whatever I want to make with games, because Unity just killed themselves. Unless they rectify this and, like, repeal this, which I doubt they're going to. Two major reasons, but they just won't, because why would they? The problem is they hold a strangle on the market because Unity is so good. Unity is so good to use. And if you've used it, then you know I'm right. The best way to do this would be each legitimate game to have a transaction UUID that can only be flagged for install cost once a week. Ready, Raisin? That's great. That doesn't work. Because as easy as that would be, that means Unity would have to put time into that, not the company. And if the company chose to be negligent on it and not include something like that, and not report that to Unity, it wouldn't matter, because it's still all being downloaded by Unity's code. So Unity would have to put the work forward for that. They're not going to do that because they don't care. They're the ones getting paid. But if a game company were deciding to do that, that's great. That's how you do it. But then that's taking more time and delaying a game even longer. Hey, the ideal situation in my head. Okay, so you can make the thing that works and sell it to Unity. They still won't buy it. That's the problem. The issue with the Unity thing is there is no right or wrong answer. Actually, there is. It's basically screw Unity until they learn their fucking place again. Which is not me going from the entitled side of things, because I do have a paid game maker that I use. And I'll tell you right now, I do prefer the paid one over Unity for one reason. My paid one has way more shit that I get access to without having to download 100 different things. But yeah, I expect game devs to either switch to a different system or crack Unity in a way where they hide the installs. They can't do that either. Because if they do that, they break Unity's terms of service, and then their game gets removed for copyright infringement. I agree. I expect that, but I don't see it happening yet. I know it's gonna happen. That's what always happens. What the hell? Delaying? I can't even... I would love to see an open Unity kind of thing, but I doubt that's going to happen. No, in a year or two, maybe. But the problem is they can't do, like, they can't put a thing that hides the downloads, because that does break TOS. Or Unity's TOS, I should say. So, their game gets removed for copyright. Technically speaking, Unity owns the... how it works, long story short, is if you make program using Unity, Unity holds the holds a version of the copyright for distribution. If you are technically tweaking that and distributing it in a different way than is intended, I'm aware, yeah, so then it doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter then, because then they're getting sued by a company that actually has the legal right. And even if you fought it and said otherwise, you wouldn't win the suit, or you would just get it dismissed, your game would be removed from market, you can't make money on it, and then you won't be able to use Unity again. Unless you know, do that whole make a new account, try again, but if you go back to court, you're screwed. Because it's going to show a repeat thing. Unity's not going to get screwed because of their terms of service that you have to agree to make, you have to agree to use if you're going to make something on their platform. It's a lose-lose. I bet a lot of companies will also do that at the same time, or a bunch of people start suing Unity over all of this. Well, that's the thing. What grounds do they have to sue Unity? Their basic terms of service are that they can change it as they feel needed with ample amount of instructional time and with ample amount of time for adjustments. They've given us time. They're sadly in their right. That's the issue. There is no suing Unity because they're wrong. They're not wrong. They are, but they're not. Morally, they're fucked, but that's not really the problem. Any company is like that. You go and you look at Nintendo right now. Nintendo basically moving, I can't remember the voice actor's name from Mario, Charles something. Removing him from the Mario role, yes, that could be because of his own, problems. That could be because of his own choices. That's great. I'm not even faulting that. What the fuck? Where'd that arrow come from? Anyway. Like, them removing him and those people is why you work with open source development tools or lifetime licenses to a very and set EULA. Yes, and the only thing that changes with a EULA is that if it does alter in any way, shape, or form, which it can and will, it can stigmatize things that aren't, or it can have certain things missing from it. Or, for instance, again, you are informed ahead of time. They can't change certain things from a lifetime license. Like, for instance, a lifetime license that I've actually purchased in the past was one for... Hold on, I'll look for what the program was. I don't remember, but I bought the lifetime license for a few things. One of them I made the joke that I was going to buy at some point was I said I was going to buy WinRAR. I actually remember specifically saying I was going to go buy WinRAR. Because then I'll stop getting asked about it, but because I do actually use WinRAR, I kind of need it. There are very few things that I would say I buy. Right, there's a reason I don't buy tools that have EULA saying they can change said EULA whenever they seem fit. No, I don't buy those ones either. What I will, however, do is ones that say they have to give ample timing so I can work around it. Because by that time, I usually find a workaround. I bought a physical copy of WinRAR. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I missed the jump, but this is totally not doable, but I'm going to try it. Nope, I missed it again. Yeah, no. But, you know, same idea. Pokemon does it too. They basically killed their entire fucking career by making it so that you can't bring all your Pokemon in, but people still keep buying it because it's less work for them. The games come out fucking buggy, barely functional. And that there is a game, is literally a deal breaker for most people. Ignoring that, when Minecraft changed their EULA to not include things like Bycraft, an entire fucking industry got removed. And now, everything just has to say that they're not a part of it, and then Bycraft changed how they did it so that they claim you could buy things on the platform. Scarlet and Violet still sold a fuck ton too. Yeah, but you know what? Scarlet and Violet's bugs were nowhere near Sword and Shield's at launch. Scarlet and Violet had issues, don't get me wrong. But Scarlet and Violet is a lot more ambitious than Sword and Shield was. But Sword and Shield didn't fucking work. Scarlet and Violet barely fucking worked. The only games they've released recently that have fucking worked are the fucking remakes. Switch bad. Oh, I agree. I hate them. Sword and Shield were okay. They were good enough. I wouldn't want to go back to playing Sword and Shield. I literally was talking to Candy a little while ago, and her at the time boyfriend was playing Scarlet and Violet, and then swapped to Sword and Shield and was saying Sword and Shield was better than Scarlet and Violet. And I was like, that is the hottest take. That is the hottest take I've heard in a while. That's like saying Kanto is original. Oh, yeah, I couldn't. I literally, I had to turn off. My brain just had to stop working for a bit. It's just plain wrong. I agree, it is wrong, but I'm saying it was a fucking hot take and a half. I didn't expect... You know the thing that's like, why are you booing me? I'm right. That's what I imagined he was thinking, and it's just so not. Huh. All right, cool. My internal compass still fucking works. I'm back here now. I left this area 4 separate times, and I'm back again. Like, it's just so bad. Gotta love and hate the recent Eula and Mug changes. Here's the issue. As it sits, anyone can change their Eula as they see fit. I made the joke before that I was going to make a Eula for, like, my shop, and make it that if you bought something from my shop, then I can legally do things with your first name and everything else. And I was like, nobody reads that shit. I can be haha with it. I won't do that. But I'm also somebody who worked in cybersecurity. I think I know what I can and can't do. And I think that's part of the funnies of it. Like, I know I can't do this, but I totally can. Let's see what your other trades are. Yeah. Yeah, you can. Isn't it great? Isn't that wonderful? Remember, I'm not here to prove a point to everybody else that it's easy to screw people. I'm here to prove a point that companies aren't your friend. Don't treat them like your friend, because they're not. Tis life in the end. Sucks, but it'd be that way. That's kind of the worst part about it, too. Like, ignoring everything else. And I mean this nicely, the worst part about all of these things is how in the right these companies are. Here's the other problem. It's so easy for anyone who's not paying attention. I still prefer falling puddle elevators. So do I usually, but better safe than sorry. Plus, I don't mind showing off a fucking thing that most people don't even look at anymore. Most people don't even do that. They genuinely don't even think that's possible. Entity cramming, my favorite. Anyway. Anyway, you guys get the idea. Made a simple one where it would switch the soul sand and magma block around with a button press. Yeah, that works great. I thought about doing that, but I also don't care. One elevator in 2 directions. That's great. I think that's a wonderful use of that. I just personally don't care at the moment for it. I was stupid, made it 5x5. The redstone became fucky. Yeah, no shit, bud. No shit. I made this on the original Aussie MC server. Bruh. Played 100 times. The reason I just never played on that server is because I didn't feel like fighting with everybody else for it. That was 114. Yeah, I know. I didn't feel like competing with other people because, as I've said before, if I want to play on a server that's air quotes public, I'll make it clear. It's public for a reason. I'm gonna do everything to break every rule I could. Okay. So. Yeah, ignoring the whole Unity situation. Like, flat out, just ignoring the whole Unity situation. The other issue you have with a lot of these things is just the laziness. Like, I'll tell you right now. You know what does really well and people aren't ready for it? I'm gonna actually, no, you know, I'm gonna keep that one to myself and I'm gonna share that with Mystic. Because it's something I've brought up with other content creators, and I will openly tell them that I'm gonna try this out soon and see if it actually will work. Because from what I know, it'll work so well. Well, because you can actually, you've got a lot of backlog, which is the important part about it. I need somebody who has a lot of videos. You have a lot of videos and a lot of streams backed up. I know you. You're a hoarder, you won't get rid of anything. You're like me, I have all my data saved on my fucking server. Stream-wise? No. You could always go grab them. That's easy to get, though. But yes, stream-wise, I know you have every video you've ever made. What more do I want to do for the rest of the day? What do I want to keep doing? And what, live for 3 hours? Yeah, Raisin, but you're not specifically a content creator. This is a content creator, like, specific thing. I can also just go and download them, too. Yeah, you could. No, I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I was just saying, you know. You know, I was just questioning if I had been live for over 3 hours. The answer is yes. Bed Wars. Yeah, I don't play that game no more. Bed Wars bad. You're right. No, that's the truth. I could go with or without it. When is Legopolis happening? You really want the answer to that? It may never happen anymore because I just don't care anymore. I was waiting on a plugin that I never got because people suck. I got all the builds, so, you know. I have the builds, so that's always a plus, but main issue we have now is I could go right now and make it. The servers are still all there. I have all the world. Which plugin was it? If you want to make it, I'll tell you about it later, just not right now. Long story short, it was basically just something to make our life easier by putting everybody into teams that all the plugins would talk to. And it would give us the ability to run all of the games under each, like, each person had their own thing. It's what we tried to do, where you were, like, adding them to teams and everything just using Minecraft. But it was something so we could ask everybody ready. We could get everybody into the same thing. It was just to make our life easier. And I don't want to work on it. Like, I don't care enough. That sounds like a fuck you. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I am not working on it. Why I've openly told you guys I'm, you know. It's why I said Legopolis may not return for a while, because I just don't have I do not have the energy to do that. Not, especially not with what I'm working on. Like, that is the super sad truth, is I just don't care. Because why would I? Like, I'm not a plugin maker. And the waterfall bungee approach would also be very time intensive. Yes, because I have a version where everybody is held at the held in different places, so. Trust me, I'm already trying to figure it out. It's just I don't feel like dealing with it right now. Like, and I don't work on server shit usually. I am a mod person. I know how to do server stuff, I just don't care. If I wanted to make plugins, I would just do it. Plugins aren't hard to make, I don't do it. If I had the choice, I won't do it. Because I'll tell you right now, as a mod maker, I'd prefer work on the mods, because I can do all of that, and do it that way. Like, as much as I hate to say it, if I wanted to do anything, I could literally tell everyone and anyone, hey, here's what you're gonna do. We're all gonna use this mod because I can teach you how to make it. Plugins are just low-quality mods for servers. Yes. Yes, and you've accurately explained why I dislike plugin work. So there's your reasoning, but the whole point is I wanted to make something that others didn't. It's not hard. And it would have been done very easily if it just got fucking finished. Because client isn't connected to the back end. It's annoying. It's so annoying. And the problem is, as a mod maker, I could do it in my sleep. Because plugins are easy. I guess I should say in comparison. Anyway. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you know, whatever. I'm not trying to sit here and be like, you know, I know enough about these things. I just don't care anymore. No molding. I don't care anymore. It's fine, it's whatever, I'll deal with it. Just annoying. That's why Legopolis may not be coming back. That's all. Oh, I signed into the wrong to the wrong account. That's on me. Oops. There we go. Oh, good. 3 gold equals emerald. That's so useful. It's such a useful thing. Where's the gold blocks that I know I have? I don't have many, huh? Thought I had more. Anyway. Cool. I'm currently also doing fucking Pokemon Go. I got bored and opened up Pokemon Go, now I'm doing Meltan because I can. Farming excellent throws off of him. What fucking... Why am I at? Oh god, that's why. Howdy, Lizzie, how are you? Oh, you want this one here, and now we done. Trying to farm excellent throws off this damn thing. What do you mean? What do you fuck around with? What'd you do? Ooh, I didn't bring my extra pickaxe in. I'm gonna go grab that. Dude, Pokemon Go has made me so sad today. Without even trying, it has made me sad. I literally was playing it earlier today, like I got up, opened up my phone, because I have the Pokemon Go Plus, whatever the fuck. That one, the little thing that's supposed to track your sleep and shit. I opened up Pokemon Go to sync all my shit to it. And I was greeted with a shiny Abra that I didn't know was there, or else I would have, like, actually caught it. Like, I would have tried to catch it. And my game's like, yo, I got this. I'll let that thing run for you. I know you don't want it. I'm like, yeah, I kind of wanted shiny Abra. Thanks, game. So that was fun. Wait, because Mystic's here, should I totally do the pitch? The thing that everybody loves? Yeah, that was gonna happen too. Oh. It's Mystic's choice if he wants me to do it. I'll do it. We got shirts on sale. Yeah, there it is. That was always one of my favorite little memes that happened in stream constantly. Was how many times it would get brought up. Not our fault, it's funny. So wait, I got a question for you, Mystic. If you just forgot your password, why don't you go to recover it? He hasn't been very supportive of my mental state per se. Instead of helping me or trying to help me, he just tells me go to bed or he's not dealing with this today. So I lashed out and now he's mad and now lost for ardence and I just didn't go back to bed. Shirts be block. Forgot the email. What do you mean you forgot the email? Bro, just go to Twitch and be like, yo, recover this account. They usually tell you the email. What do you mean you forgot the email to your main partnered account? Bro! Oh. Oh my god. Mystic has a partnered Twitch account. You wouldn't know it by talking to him, though. He doesn't stream on it anymore. So he forgot the fucking email. Oh, that's so funny. It is very jank, I know, but it's so funny. Okay, that's actually what we wanted, was this. Could that be the mythical phone that I ordered? Well, good for you. Good for you, Lizzie. Wow, I forgot your name for a minute. I'm sorry, my brain just went into full fucking shutdown. I am so sorry. Not giving up per se, just too lazy to get it. Understand. Sorry, my mistake there. Anyway. As I was about to say, before I rudely interrupted myself with my own stupidity, I would just make sure that, you know, he is aware. Like, let him know, hey, I'm sorry I lashed out, but I'm getting real tired of your shit. Like, hey, sometimes us guys need to be reminded that, you know, all this stuff. You gotta also remember, though, he probably is dealing with his own shit. That was a massive fucking complaint I had about, some days. See, there's my mother. Phones are here. Alright, cool. Time to go grab my phone. Give me a second. Yeah, Tanya moment. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely fucking right. Not who I was referring to, but you know. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway. Today is getting better. Oh, there it is. So as it turns out, it was on a piece of paper on the top of my desk. Oh, Mustang! First of all, why are you not modded? First of all. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. What I was about to say is... Oh, Mystic, are you not verified anymore? Did they finally remove it because you broke TOS too many times? No, I think you still have the badge. I don't know, I'll look later. Anyway. There, now you're fucking modded. Which you should have been. Fuck you ads? Yeah. This guy. Anyway. So my new phone came in, so I'm gonna get that all sorted quickly. My brother is... So... For just a little context, my phone came in. Is your buddy a shiny? What? Yeah. What did you say? New phone, yeah. So my new phone came in, that's what I went to go get. I'm waiting for this to come all day. So I have my iPhone 15 that finally came in. New phone, who dis? Yeah, that's about to happen. But this one should already be set up with my... Oh wow, that's pretty. That's a clean-ass phone. Cool, that's very clean. I'm gonna pull out everything that I actually need. Yep, okay. Didn't I offer to get you a phone at some point, Lizzie? And you, like, turned me down saying you didn't need it? I actually am gonna need to go get a new Type-C brick, because I don't have one. I don't have one still. I've been putting it off getting a Type-C brick for so long that I just don't have one now. But now I have this really nice braided one. That was useful. You know, it's like I knew this was gonna happen because I started charging my phone like 20 minutes ago. Very smart of me. Anyway. I also got a lightsaber, but we're not gonna start that yet. Alright, I'm gonna open up my new phone. Give me a second. Type-C. Yay. Okay, this blue is actually really nice. My phone is slow, but it still works. Ain't need a new one until this one don't work no more. I disagree, but you know, that's me. I wouldn't mind. I can also find them cheaper, you know this. Oh, that's so nice. Nice new phone. I haven't gotten to do this in a little bit for myself. Because all the ones I've been buying are like the like Nokias and shit, like really crappy, like cheapo phones, so. But that's mainly just because, air quotes, laziness. Also, I want to be haha funny. There it is. There's my phone saying hello to me. I actually do have to set this thing up so that it can, you know, be set up already, so. Give me 1 second to quickly do this. Well, it's fine. Set up with another device. Looking for nearby device. Bring your current iPhone or iPad near it. Hey, cool, there you go. Set it up. While Pokemon Go is going on my other one. My only worry is how this is going to work because it has an eSIM. So, if you guys don't know what an eSIM is, it's basically a... for me. There it goes. You bought the Type-C iPhone? Yes. So the way I do this, Raisin, to explain, is I don't buy the brand new version of the phone every fucking year. I wait usually 2 years, and then I go from there. The only reason I've done that ever since was because I don't like having to buy the brand new phone every time unless I was able to and put into the position where I needed to. Like, for instance, for work, there was a point where I got told I needed a new phone, so I got a new phone. But that's not me saying that I needed a new phone. That was just more of I was told I needed one for work, so I got a newer one for work. I know you explained it to me before. Yeah, so my next phone that I was originally looking for was, as you might remember, Raisin, was the Fairphone. I almost bought the Fairphone because it is a right-to-repair phone, and I really liked the idea. Okay, here we go. Set up eSIM. Cool, transfer from another iPhone. Transfer this. Yeah, sure, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Once I'm done with... Okay. Anybody who needs to get a hold of me by my phone, you will not be able to for the next literal few minutes until this is done. Unable to transfer. Eh. Yeah, I'll do it later. That's fine. My phone will still work for now. Enjoy your new iPhone. Wait, that's done already? Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. This one's already... What the fuck? That was quick! Never called you, though. Damn, I still have your phone number saved. You're right. I should change my number right now. Bro, that was so fucking quick. Like, all it's doing now is doing a software update. That software update's gonna take longer than the fucking thing did to even, you know, finish swapping all my shit over. I'm at a loss. That's incredible. Like, I'm at a fucking loss here. Now see, here's the only problem. Because this is an eSIM, there's nowhere for me to put a new SIM in, so I'm gonna actually have to call AT&T if I can't set it up. Which isn't the end of the world, I can totally do that, but... Wanna see some real speed? Yeah, like, damn. So Lizzie, when are you coming back towards this end of the woods? So I can hang out with you or bring you to White Rose, because food. If it's a never, I will understand. I also don't always love this area. White Rose? Yeah, I know, White Rose. Denise in a month. What the fuck, Lizzie? Okay, that's understandable. I understand. I'm not that important. It's okay. No, I'm joking. I'm completely fucking with you. Please don't. If I'd known you were in Easton, though, I would have actually, like, I would have came and, like, said hi. Like, amidst everything going on, I would have at least come to say hello. It's just an 8-hour drive one way. Yeah, I know. I know, because I might be going to, to Ohio at some point. Like, I was actually going to take a drive out to Ohio at some point soon. So I would have been, there to, say hello. Anyway. I was going to stay the weekend in Ohio, visit my friend, either fly there and then drive into Illinois and then fly out of Ohio, or I was going to fly into Illinois. I think Illinois? No. No, I have no idea, but I was going to... That's all stuff I was going to figure out when I knew I was going. And as of right now, that is not something I know, so... Well, damn. Most likely go to Columbus. Okay. Here's the whole thing. I don't know my plan yet, but originally I was going to do it before the summer ended. Summer has now ended. Oh, that's me dead. Now we're fine. What was I worried about? Did I get that first try? I did. Let's go. My new phone ready? Nope, still downloading software update, which is totally fine. I always find it funny that a lot of these phones have to update their shit before they can just let you use them. Like, hey, why don't they ship with, you know, current software? Like, I could give you if there was, like, if there was an update, like, last night, I would be like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Oop, there goes that phone. I just saw it blink. It blinked to life for a second there. I saw that. Yep, there it goes. Turning back on now. Ohio Air is a real anytime I get back in Ohio. The next day I'm sick for a week. Alright, so I'm not flying into there. I'm flying into Illinois. Got it. So long story short, one of my friends that currently finishing college is living in Illinois. Love that guy. He is just so cool. Also, I've known him since I was a kid. Like, I literally was at his wedding recently. Went to Washington State, didn't say jack shit to many people, and just kind of went. And I got, like, a random message from somebody being like, yo, why are you on my time zone? And I'm like, just be that way. So I was at my friend's wedding. And, fun fact for anybody who doesn't know this, I'm ordained. I can legally marry people. So, yeah, that's a thing. No, I did not officiate my friend's wedding, although I would have if I was asked. It was actually during that trip, though, that I did get my, my shit all handled. It was basically one of those where I was like, I wonder how quick I could technically, like how quick I could technically get everything done. I do want this mending book, actually. I don't have enough emeralds yet. I'm gonna finish these guys as close as I can. Melon into emeralds? Well, my friend. You, sir. I've come to the right guy. Or not, I don't know where all my melons went. And I know I didn't eat them all. Maybe I did. Oh well. Oh, like there isn't gonna be another one. Nikki got hers in like less than a week and married Robert and Heather. Yeah, no, I literally got mine done in about 2 hours. Okay, so now you're asking me to quick start again, which is fine. We'll just bring my phone closer. There it goes. I have my my certificate of my credentials of ministry. Frozen Reese's? Oh god, I even just said it like that. I hate it. It's Frozen Reese's. I know what it is. I just still said that. Can feel like... Okay. I'm gonna quickly say something, and no, I'm not saying it to, like, cause a stir or anything. One, this is what I wanted from streaming. I wanted to be able to stream as long as I wanted, when I wanted, and just not care as long as I have the time. I want this to be how I do it. But I do want to mention, my hand is shaking like crazy, and I have no idea why. Because there's no anxiety to like what I'm doing. I'm just kind of jumping around, being, you know, playing the game. And yet my hand is shaking. Luckily, it's only the right one so far, but I doubt that'll stay that way. What the? Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably dying, but you know. As you do. Now sugar? I don't know. Do I need food? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Like, eat something sugary? Because I can do that. I think I can do that. That is okay. I don't think that, you know what, Raisin, I'm not gonna take health advice from you. Let me see if I have anything that I could, like... Because, like, I have Crunch Bars and Hershey Bars.
stumbling in the dark, a silent howl as I dissolve into your arms. I waited now, seduced by a sweet mirage. We could leave or we could stay, sedated, stayed wide awake. I can do this anymore. It's hurting like it never has before. We could leave or we could stay, sedated, stayed wide awake. I can do this anymore. It's hurting like it never has before. Jaded, the scar you left is like an open wound. I'm down and low. Don't wake me up, it's still too soon. I hear you call, but I'm still falling deep in love. I'm washed away and carried to your sweet embrace. I waited now, seduced by a sweet mirage. We could leave or we could stay, sedated, stayed wide awake. I can do this anymore. It's hurting like it never has before. We could leave or we could stay, sedated, stayed wide awake. I can do this anymore. It's hurting like it never has before. And it's hurting like it never has before.
Okay. Sorry about that. So I had to step away to go find like something to like eat. It didn't entirely help, but it made it enough that it's like not really there. So I assume that it was just like sugar levels or something like that. I mean, I'm still shaking, so it's not like it fixed the problem, but you know. I know where I was going. I was looking for melon seeds. My phone is activating my new SIM card, my eSIM. Which those outside of America apparently do not have like access to yet. Tends to take a bit, yes. Yeah, so. I now have access to phone number. Oh no. Okay, give me 1 second. Yes, not everywhere, but I said most places. Most places in Europe don't have it yet, or don't have access to it yet. Give me 1 second, I have to walk away for another moment.
to call you mine.
So long story short, I had to walk away to go help my mother with something. Hi, how are you doing? How's your streaming going? Hello, Kylie? They're doing that now too, even on Kick. Wow. Okay. Go to Kick quickly. They literally just followed me on Kick just to do that. That's incredible. Anyway. I'm back. Welcome back. I'm also back. I have to restart the transfer on my phone again, which is fine. Happens. Cool, and now I actually don't have data on my other phone. Huh, that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how that actually did what it was supposed to. Okay. There it goes. English. Choking on air. It's my favorite pastime. I just hope that I don't have to reset everything I've just done, because like I already see my data's back. I already see my internet's there, so it has kept some of the shit I told it to. Ah, I've got to reset up Face ID. I just did this while I was walking around with it. Guess I'll do it again. It's not the end of the world. All I gotta do is check when my the server's so bad. Correct. I agree with you. Can you guys believe it? Steve Jobs is talking in my chat. Can you believe that? I also agree this server sucks. Well, that's because there's only me on it, but you know. That's what happens when you only play games with yourself because nobody likes you. That was fucking quick. There are viewers too, you're great. I know, I've been doing this for over 10 years. It's okay. It's as if I literally was talking about how I don't really care for content creation. Also, I don't do YouTube much anymore, so, you know. Totally fine by me. Well, that's kind of a shame. I'll have to deal with that later then. Well, deal with that later, I guess. Twitch is garbage. Much as I hate to say it, the platform itself doesn't always suck. The people running that platform suck, but you know. The only reason I still do it on Twitch is because it's easier to do it on Twitch than it is on YouTube. YouTube's live really does suck, and you'd think by the time of them starting YouTube gaming, what, 4, 5, 6 years ago, they'd have gotten better at the whole live stream thing, but they really do suck. If YouTube streaming was actually like that much better, I would have said it over and over. I think I have said it over and over again that I would have jumped on that when it was good, because I used to stream on YouTube Gaming, and I always said its interface was so bad compared to Twitch's. But that's fine. The dog is aggressive. No, in most cases the owner is a jerk. What? Oh, yeah. You know, it's weird. It's whatever. Much as I hate to say it, the company itself sucks, but not in the way that it kind of should. Like, I expect a company to suck just because, you know, they're not a good company, or they cause issues for, you know, not just their staff, but for the people working with them. They more than just suck at that. Biggest issue that you have with Twitch is it's being run by literally like, and I'm not talking like a offensive way, I mean like literal felt Muppets. Like people, like just pure puppet. They don't know what they're doing, they really don't, they'll never know. And that's kind of just what it is. The application for your server was awful. The acting for the video was at a D- level. Correct. Server. Oh, you're talking about fucking MCC Rising, right? God. Almost forgot that was even still public. Whatever. Yes, yeah. Oh. Sorry, I haven't fucking really used YouTube since that was made. What, two and a half years ago? Sorry, I didn't recognize that that's what you're referring to. Listen, I think if I remember correctly, we also, like, made that, like, the day of the deadline, I think. It was either the day of or the day before. I don't even remember. It was more or less we just said fuck it and tried it. Of course we didn't get chosen, who cares? I should go... because I know I can only compass myself so well in the nether. This way. Also, the graphic designer who promote on Kick for their business are scammers. Oh, I know. You don't gotta tell me. They're already banned on Kick. I don't use Kick enough, so I really didn't care. As I said, I've done content creation for over 10 plus years. I'm aware of when I see those scams and things like that. They're not hard to spot. Not just are they not hard to spot, they're really easy to avoid. If you ban certain words, they just can't do anything. If it weren't for the fact that then you must be old, well, old enough. I've been doing content creation on and off for over 10 years, so yeah, I'd sure say I'm old. I would certainly put myself at older than most people. I'm also not one of those people who's gonna, you know, sugarcoat, like, a lot of those things, so... Interesting, yeah. I'm not gonna sugarcoat a lot of this shit. I've been doing it long enough. I can also tell you right now that if... if I really started from, like, nothing, and started from scratch and tried again, I could probably get farther in. I just don't care, and this isn't my job, so I don't really care. I've understood for years that content creation as a job is just so demanding, and usually not very rewarding either. And you learn this over time by doing it. But, you know, doing content creation as a whole isn't the hard part. Wait, are you streaming on YouTube too? I'm streaming on YouTube, Kick, Duplo, everything. Like, I've got 4 fucking things running. I don't care. I'm doing it just for fun at this point. I've got both running. Hey, that's useful. Didn't even know you could do that? Yeah, there's a few tools you can do to do it. I'm using one of them. Wow, I hate using a shield for this. That has always screwed me whenever I try to do this. Oh well. Terrible fortress. Would've been nice if that, you know... They dropped the skull right then and there. That'd been really funny. See, I kind of got to the point where I was trying to explain this before. Probably have no players on that server too. It's a private server. Yeah, I would hope I don't have anybody else on it. If I wanted, like, what difference would that make? If I was playing hardcore, I would still be playing alone. Not everything has to be played with other people, and if you need other people to play a game to be entertained, I'm sorry to tell you this, it means you're not very good or don't enjoy playing games. You only like hanging out with people, which is totally acceptable, but the only reason I'm alone here is because the other people that are on the server are at work. Because that's how that works. I don't need that. I'll grab the armor. I don't need the swords. It's not worth grabbing them. But yes, you are correct. Nobody else on this server with me because they're all, you know, not available. Is that an attempt on an insult? I don't know. I'm a lonely person. What does it matter? I literally work all day, stay in my room because of that. I'm a fucking programmer. What am I supposed to do? I stay where my computer is so I can work. I mean, if I really wanted to, I can invite more people to it right now. I can invite Lizzie if I wanted to. I can invite Raisin. I have enough people here that would probably want to join it. It's just... I don't need another flint and steel. There's just no point. If I wanted to have a ton of people on here, I also have other servers that could handle that. But you know, making a Game Boy, I know. Can't play. He's just making excuses because he doesn't like me. Which is also a very fair point. Wow. That's a take. Jesus Christ. Well. It's okay. What happens? It's okay, he's hiding behind, you know, he's hiding behind Steve Jobs' name, so can't really say much about it. I don't want to fight the Wither Skeleton and that. Says the person copying, literally using a dead person's name. I don't understand why you're talking shit. I mean, I just said I'm not gonna sugarcoat things, I'll be honest with you. Like, I can already tell from just this conversation, I can tell that you probably aren't all that much, you know, you're probably a lot younger than I would probably normally associate with. You're only on YouTube because if you were on one of the other company, or other country, fucking Christ, companies, I can speak, it doesn't matter. If you were on any of the other companies, like, pages, you would have probably been kicked off for being too young, which is fine. It says one on YouTube. That's the whole point, you're probably on YouTube because their age range is so different. Like, way different. 14? Well, you could be on Twitch. I also normally would have said, don't you know, don't bring up your age too much. I was gonna go on hypothetical. I wouldn't have said your actual age, because that's how people, you know, actually go looking for, like, you know, younger people to try and do things with. But... hold on, let me just take a step back. Let me readjust my glasses on that one. Huh? What kind of fucking insult is that? What the fuck kind of insult is that? Like, ignoring everything else. Ignoring all the other ones. What the fuck kind of insult is that? What's that supposed to do? Boo-hoo, mommy and daddy will never love you, and that's clear as day. Jesus Christ, dude. What kind of fucking insult even is that? one hell of a lazy one. I always find it funny whenever trolls come in, but like, wow. Ow. You're right, you are 14, because you spell it with nuts with a Z. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you really are fucking 14. Got it. Well, you're legally allowed to be on Twitch, so I can't ban you for being underage. Good for you. Because technically I stream on both. I have to follow the rules of both. I do. I don't know if I have it on YouTube though. That's the problem. I don't know if YouTube had that for a while. Regardless. Not the end of the world for me. I got nothing to lose here. So what I'm hearing is... So, hold on. So what I'm hearing is... Get a better fucking argument. Regardless if you just lied about your age or not. Good for you. You broke multiple laws and felonies technically because of that. The fuck is Kick? Long story, my friend. I'll tell you about it later. So good for you. Try something new. Come on. All those jokes have been said, what, 10, 15, 20 years ago, it feels like? Yeah, really, kid's incriminating himself. Can't fucking believe it. I'm just at such a loss here. I'm at a loss at the stupidity of some people. Like, I understand, like, you know, like, I mean this nicely. Like, I understand that you're a kid. That's alright. Like, I don't know what you get from all this, if it's just you being, you know, you think that you're funny and everything, but you're not really all that funny. You might be funny to your friends and, you know, to everything else. I'm not even gonna, like, pretend. Like, when I was that young, I was about that. I was probably about the same level. But, you know. It's not even really worth even going into it. Dude, lying about their age and then talking about how they're on Pornhub, bro, that's a felony charge. Consider yourself a good builder. I used to help build many things that a lot of people played on, so I'd say I can. I haven't really done much building otherwise. But sure, we'll say I can build enough. I don't really build much anymore unless I, you know, air quotes, choose to. It's not really something not something I go and do much anymore, but still do it. So sure, let's say I'm an okay builder. I haven't really done much building in a very long time, so. This looks like a nice town. Hey, I didn't build it. This is all Minecraft. This is just Minecraft generation. Let me show you something that I've built. I gotta swap to a different version. I'd have to swap to the newer version, that's all. No, I can stay on that one because I can just update everything. So I won't go to my hardcore world. There's no point. I'm back, welcome back. Yeah, I'll just do this, hold on. This is what, from fucking 2020? Oh, that's right, I'm here. That's right, because I was fixing this. Wow, it's been a while. The child gone? I don't know, who fucking cares? Who cares? Like I said, they're a kid. Just let them have their fun and they'll fuck off on their own. No point in wasting our time and breath on it. What is this? I don't remember what I made this for. Give me a moment, I've got to remember how to get out of here because we had a, this was from a server. So when all of our shit got changed around... Why did I do that? You'd think by now I'd actually remember how to play this goddamn game. Some people will do anything to get an attention they want. I know. Don't gotta tell me, I've been doing this for over 10 years. Like, not even joking. I have been doing content creation for over 10 years. So, you don't gotta tell me that people fucking suck. That sucks. That's okay. My boots are on. Bro, there we go. Jeez. Okay. Doing it since 2009. Hey, good for you. You've been going a little longer than I have. Why are you on Kick? If I may ask, why'd you swap over to Kick? Alright. I'll just start with the obvious one. What I normally do is I do a lot more underground stuff where I actually make things underground look better. But it's not what I only do. Just gonna start with this. I'm not gonna show the things that I used to do that everybody knows me for. I don't do Kick. Why are you on Kick? That's why I'm asking. Why are you on Kick? Anyway. I don't think I ever finished this. I think I just got bored of like trying to do this after a while, but one of the things that I do specifically is I make things look natural that aren't natural. I try to make things that look like they were generated from the game. What the hell just happened to my music? Oh, did my headphones die? My headphones must have died. That sucks. Anyway. This is a staff promo channel ran by my staff. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, good for you. See if that'll go. Oh, cool. There it goes. So, here's just an example. I make things that look like they were generated by the real world. Well, you know, that's fine. This was a start that I never actually finished. I don't really care to show that one off. It just never got finished, so I don't really care about it. But what I was most likely, what I was most known for, I guess is a better way of putting it, is, for lack of better anything else, I'm very good at hiding what I've done. So for instance, we have this, and through these piston doors is actual terrain that all I did was find the spot, carve it out, make it look somewhat natural, like the game would have actually put it there. That's just one section of it. I didn't really do too much in this by the way of building, because a lot of the building stuff we were going to do was for story, and I just didn't care. I just didn't care. There is my server, everything on our kick is to promote the items we use on the SMP. Oh. Damn, good for you. Good for you. I hope the SMP works out then. Problem is, a lot of the SMPs and stuff now, they'll never obtain what people think they are worth now, because Dream SMP and what was the other one that was like super big? Another one that wasn't Dream SMP, but it was something like it. It was aside from Origins, it's the other one, I can't think of it. Doesn't matter, you get the idea. For what I specifically do is I make things look natural. I hide them in places where they should be. We hate Dream? Yeah. Love him or hate him. He did the right thing by literally making everybody fall in love with Minecraft all over again after PewDiePie had already kind of left it. Whether you like him or not, I'll agree with you on that one. I don't really love him, but problem is, you have to know... You gotta know when to at least admit when somebody did something that is, air quotes, either good or bad. So, the guy did pretty good by resurrecting the idea of SMPs. I just don't like the way that it was done. That's where I had a problem with him. The way he did things really screwed with everything. He's also just not a good guy. I don't like him for that reason. But, yeah. Teach their own. I don't really care for the guy, but, you know, this playlist equals vibes. I hope you know I can't hear any of it. I took my headphones off. I'll turn them back on so I can hear. There we go. Yeah, but... I built alongside a certain set of very well-known builders. I was taught by a lot of them how to build. As to not say names because A, the project is very dead, and B, I just don't like bringing it up. Because then people only come to me because I worked with them, and kinda don't care. Tell you right now, United, you're a lot better than the other two people that have shown up today that aren't, not on Twitch, I should say. I don't know if you're still here, but I appreciate you coming in, even if it was only for a few moments. Because, last kid that we just had is just... lack of better terminology. A fucking kid. Like, I don't got much else to say on that one. Just a literal child. And that's okay. And then prior to that, I had somebody who fucking came in to just basically be like, yo, pay me money, scam alert. So yeah, we're vibing. Today is a great fucking day. I love getting a message on Teams. Like I'm supposed to be doing something. Yeah, this, because I have nothing else to do today. Like how I mentioned Dream as an SMP because they brought up an SMP and now they don't want to talk because they think that I'd like Dream. I could give less of a shit about the guy, but you know. It's important to mention what he did for the entire community. Like, literally bringing SMPs to the forefront, which, you know, if it weren't for him, no one would be doing them anymore. And now at least there's a reason to fucking do them. But none of them will be as big as Dream SMP or anything else unless you're, like, a special case, or you have a very good story, or something like that. I don't know, it's just a factual bit. Anyway, Mystic, if you're still here. Basically, Kick is run by a bunch of people who are content red flags to some, and others are great. It's fine, just not people I would normally associate with, because I don't really care for the guys behind it. Backed by Stake, one of the biggest, air quotes, biggest, gambling, like online gambling, websites. And they're making a lot of money being basically Twitch's replacement. They basically openly said that they were Twitch's replacement before they could. And even going as far as if you get the ability to monetize with them, it's a 95-5 split. They take 5%, you get 95%. So it's a really enticing offer, plus they're going to look into, or I think they're already working on it, doing pay-by-the-hour streaming. But, you know, that's all very up in the air, and the problem is it's one of those too good to be true things that, yeah, if people jump on it, they'll be great, but no reason not to. No reason to drop what you're doing kind of thing.